here. We're live. We're live. Hey, welcome. And you're back in deflationary tech, where we talk about new technology. Well, we mostly talk about crypto. well, crypto is new technology. Today, we're going to be talking about an article from the Daily Hodl about Vitalik Butrin's what he predicts what's coming next for Ethereum. You know how we had the Ethereum merger. Uh, it was big, right? It was a little something different. It was a little something different. Actually, I fell asleep through the whole thing. I don't know. It wasn't like Y2K. You know, I don't know if you were, I'm an 80s baby, but if you're an 80s baby, you really remember Y2K. Freaking everybody was freaking out, and we waited for the last minute when the year turned to 2000. I guess it was similar to it. The thing is, if things went wrong, more people would remember it. It doesn't it seem weird how we focus on negative news more than positives? It's craziness. So, first story we're going to be talking about is Vitalik Buterin predicts what's coming for Ethereum ecosystem over the next 2 years. This Ethereum merger has been from proof of stake to staking. Ethereum has been in talks for years. Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin says leading I'm struggle streaming right now. Sorry about that. Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin says the leading smart contract platform needs to keep moving towards long-term sustainability. In an interview with Bankless podcast, Vitalik Buterin says there are two big priorities for Ethereum community after success merger to proof of stake. I think there are two big priorities. One of the priorities is to get scaling figured out. And I mean that at all layers of the ecosystem, like getting Ethereum protocol full rollup ready, which includes things like proto tank sharding, getting rolled ups themselves to be fully ready for users, getting applications on top of them, getting good bridge infrastructure between them, getting all wallets to support them, not just helping the transition to full roll up centric Ethereum complete. Then the other one is a transition from Ethereum being a rapid developing firefighting mode to Ethereum being in stability mode. I think it's a transition that has to happen, and I do think that to some extent it's an inevitable transition because as the ecosystem grows, the cost of changing things increases. And then there starts being all these regulatory concerns in lots of existing stakeholders. That's pretty interesting, right there. Vitalik Buterin actually realizes there may be some regulatory issues. The more he does more developments in Ethereum, the more he changes Ethereum, the more of a risk. You know, Ethereum, even though it's number two, XRP also is a token in it saying, hey, the founders are like, we want to exist as well too. We're just as important as Ethereum, which that could be argued. I love XRP Army. I don't know about the token or the people behind XRP. You would have Ripple say, we're not XRP. We're away from the token. We're separated. Yeah, they would never claim XRP until they get sued by the SEC, and they're like, "Oh, shoot, we need a fight for it. We need a fight for XRP." But the whole fact is, they believe that they should exist, and obviously, it's like an organism; it's gonna want to fight back. But it's kind of interesting how Vitalik does realize the more change that he does do, uh, the more of a regulatory risk there will be. All right. Eugene says that with the merge finally complete, Ethereum developers will no longer have to rush through big protocol changes, and community will become more pragmatic in the near future. With that said, he still says there is a narrow window of time to complete all the desired changes to Ethereum blockchain. And so there's a kind of narrow window to get a lot of important changes through. But at the same time, the ecosystem really needs to get out of this kind of firefighting. Like, hey, the community is yelling at us to get something now, now, now. And so, you know, let's make a totally, let's make, let's make a totally stripped down, pragmatic version of it and ship it into a mode like much more deeply caring about making sure that every single step that the roadmap take is on the path to some kind of more stable form of long-term road that leads towards sustainability. I actually don't even understand what was said right there. Basically, it sounds like he's like, hey man, the community needs to chillax, man. The updates will come when it comes. We the truth is he did something pretty big. The merger was a huge event for technology sake. I don't believe it was like a huge thing. Only 20% of people are into crypto. Even less are into Ethereum itself. In a whole scale, I think what I do believe is when we look back at this time, it'll seem bigger than the present time. Makes a lot of sense. On to our main news. Yup, we are in a global hunt. Terra Luna founder Do Kwon is being hunted by Interpol. So, a global manhunt for Terra Luna founder Do Kwon after Interpol issues a red notice. And they have like the picture of the red notice. That looks super scary too. and it has like the keyboard right under it. It's like, stop building stuff. You got a red notice. Pay attention. Stop typing on your keyboard. Stop Twitter. Stop your Twitter fingers. The Global Law Enforcement Agency, the International Criminal Police Organization, Interpol, issued a notice for Terraform Lab co-founder Do Kwon just a few weeks after a warrant for his arrest was issued by South Korea. So South Korea is looking for him. Now, South Korea has talked to the international police body, Interpol, to put out a red notice. The red notice enables South Korea to receive help from global law enforcement bodies in locating and provisionally arresting a person pending extradition, surrender, or similar legal action. Global Manhunt for Terra Labs CEO, just a few weeks after South Korean authority issues an arrest warrant for Do Kwon and his associates. The global law enforcement agency, the International Criminal Police Organization, Interpol, has reportedly issued a red notice for Terra Labs co-founder. The issuing of the notice follows reports that Do Kwon is not residing in Singapore, as Korean authorities initially thought. Man, I feel like Do Kwon is just playing a lot of people, man. He's like he's like playing a picky-boo game. Like, where am I? Like, for for months we thought he was in Singapore. I mean, we thought he was in Singapore. Well, first we thought he was in Korea. Then they knocked on his door and they're like, Do Kwon? Do Kwon don't live here. And then they're like, where the hell is this guy? Singapore. so they so they're like, oh, okay, he lives in Singapore. Well, if he ever comes back over here, he will be arrested. Do Kwon's like, I don't even think I'm safe in Singapore. So he probably skedaddles, takes in my imagination, he took a boat, didn't use his passport, didn't use anything, took a boat. He might be in China, to tell you the truth. I wouldn't be surprised. That's in all my imagination right there. He's probably in China. According to Interpol, red notice are issued for fugitives wanted either for prosecution or to serve a sentence. The red notice enables South Korea to receive help from global law enforcement bodies in locating and provisionally arresting a person pending extradition, surrender, or similar legal actions. Do Kwon silence. As reported by Bitcoin.com, News, South Korean prosecutors accuse Kwon and five other Terra Labs affiliates of violating the country's capital market law. Kwon also faces other charges that prosecutors have not divulged. Yeah, it sounds like he's in trouble, man. Sounds like he's in trouble. We kind of remember how Terra Luna fell. It was because he was using an algorithmic stablecoin, which basically it's not backed by anything behind it, not dollars. It's just uh, it's backed by computer, I guess, algorithmic stuff. You know, smoke and mirror. Like normally, let's say a tether or USDC. They're backed by dollars and other assets that are tangible that you could, if somebody sold $1 billion of either Tether or USDC, they'll be able to, uh, they would be able to cover it after after the stable coin gets depegged. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's a crazy story. Everybody loves manhunts. It's so crazy how we're so focused on negative news. We're like, oh shoot. But it has intrigue. I haven't heard of Interpol for a long time. Yeah, I guess we'll stay tuned to see what happens there. Well, next in docket, this will be our last one. Disney pushes further into crypto, DeFi NFTs with recent job post. It's kind of interesting with Disney. It's if you're into NFTs, there's apps, for example, Vivi that uses Disney Disney characters and you can purchase it. You could purchase the NFTs. Or Vivi also has Marvel magazines and stuff like that. Like the shoot, they got they got what's that? Spider-Man one. Craziness. Disney is the vibe that well shoot blah blah tongue tied. Disney is diving deeper into NFTs and metaverse. The entertainment giant is looking to hire a principal counsel specializing in NFTs, the metaverse, blockchain technology, decentralized finance to guide the company through what appears to be its coming and aggressive push into Web3. So the big thing is Web3. And Web3 focuses on a, a third generation internet that focus on decentralized financing. A Friday job posting for the position explains that the attorney will principally provide legal advice and support for global NFT products made in collaboration with Disney Media and Entertainment Distribution, as well as Disney Park Experience and Products. Additionally, the principal counsel will provide day to day legal advice to Disney legal and business teams on NFT and cryptocurrency related matters and issues, and provide thoughts, leadership, and strategic direction on products involving digital currency and blockchain technology. Such details indicate that Disney is doubling down on its commitment to a strong Web3 presence months after company CEO Bob Chapek describes the metaverse as the next great storytelling frontier. After experimenting with NFTs in 2021, Disney in February tapped tech executive Mike White as senior vice president of the next generation storytelling and consumer experience, a division that will purportedly lead Disney's efforts in the metaverse. Since then, the company has onboarded a number of NFT specialists and even tapped multiple crypto companies for its accelerated program, but specific details about Disney's Web3 ambitions have remained exclusive. And for when they said tapped tech executive, well, um, tapped, well, they used tap a couple times. Well, let's forget about that. Tapped multi crypto companies for the accelerated program. They also had Polygon on their accelerated program too. So that's probably something somebody, some other company. I mean, Polygon is the cryptocurrency, but another one that we should probably focus on in the near future. That's interesting. So I guess NFTs has not died. It seems like people will still be interested in it. And Web3 and NFTs, well, NFTs is going to be a big part in Web3. All right. So that's it, guys. That's all I have today. I want to thank you for listening to me. Like my father said, if you knew better, you do better. This is Deflationary Tech, and I'm out. We're good? I'm just playing. Talk to you guys later.